I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of IWC. Today, I'll be your guide to the features of the IWC Pilot's Watch Timezoner Chronograph. This is reference 3950-01, 46mm in stainless steel. The watch is a remarkable combination of a manufacturer automatic flyback chronograph and a unique travel time that blends the functionality of a rotating bezel with a link to the movement itself and the second time zone indication. Let's start with the standard fitment of an Upscale pilot's watch, Upscale pilot's accessories. Now they start with a deluxe satin and polished IWC single-fold deployment clasp. This loops with the opposite side of the strap to provide absolute security against droppage while donning or removing at bedside. The strap itself comes from the Italian leather specialists at Santoni. You can see the company's signature signal orange on the underside, completely cloaked when worn on the wrist. It features a rich calfskin with a monotone stitch and deep shear cut flanks for a dramatic wrist presence. The case is graceful. Borrowing the lines of the IWC Pilot's family, it adds an additional nuance in the form of stepped lugs, providing the strong horizontal character of the watch established by the case band with a mark of visual tension thanks to the contrasting vertical sweep of the steps. Now there is grace in the form of a polished hairline bevel along the flanks of the lugs, and when you turn to the top you can see the watch has an incredible technical aesthetic born of IWC's sensibility for instrument-style pilot's equipment. Now the first thing you see is that every one of the principal 24 time zones of the world is represented by a individual signature city on the bezel. Now the bezel itself is of black ceramic, so effectively just as scratch resistant as the sapphire crystal. It ensures long wearing durability. You'll also note that there are a number of cities that feature a special mark. Contrast Samoa with Auckland, for instance. The distinction represents the difference between those time zones that do and do not subscribe to daylight savings time. Now, to operate the signature feature, you first press down on the bezel and then you rotate as necessary, clockwise or counterclockwise. You use the index at 12 o'clock to set your current reference city. I'm in Philadelphia, so my reference city, US East Coast, is going to be New York. Now, of course, when you pull the crown out, you can adjust all of the indications, including the 24-hour hand with red tip, in sync. Now, inside, IWC's manufacturer caliber 89760, 39 joules, automatic. It features a 68-hour power reserve. Underneath, the beautiful screwed-in caseback featuring the image of the iconic transport plane, the Junkers Ju-52, as sponsored by IWC. The automatic caliber features a number of refinements that are distinctive of IWC, starting with the Peloton Bi-Directional automatic winding system. In this application, it features an extraordinary 4 pawls, which means that the smooth bidirectional winder, which has no rotor wobble on the wrist, also has double the efficiency of the original Peloton system, first designed by the legendary watchmaker Albert Peloton for IWC in the early 1950s. With a 68-hour power reserve, the movement also has far more than the industry standard of 38 to 42 hours for an automatic caliber. Now, it does feature the flyback chronograph, such that you can rapidly reset and restart to time 2 separate events in rapid succession. It's far quicker than the usual start, stop, and reset, so the flyback gives you additional options. And to keep the dial clean and minimalist as much as possible in an instrument-style watch, there is a mono counter at 12 o'clock featuring both radial minutes and hours counted. Finally, the architecture of the balance of the watch is free-sprung, meaning it can take and hold a precise regulation even in the face of bumps and disruptions. The watch has robust water resistance thanks to the screw-down crown. IWC endows this one with 6 Atm Water Resistance rating, which, should you put it on a water-resistant strap, IWC rates as sufficient for surface water exposure such as swimming on the surface. It also features the uncommon refinement of blowout protection, such that should the watch explosively decompress inside an aviation cockpit that loses pressure rapidly, it will not blow out its crystal, it will not blow out its bezel or caseback or crown gaskets. That's a refinement you may never need, but luxury is about getting more than you need. Features that you may need, however, are also accounted for, as the watch features stop seconds when you pull the crown to halt the constant seconds hand, and thanks to the rotating bezel system, you can quickly cycle through the change of the date. using the quick adjust system as you change time zone to cycle, for instance, from 15 to 16, and if necessary, back again. Despite the immense size of this imposing 46mm stainless steel case, one has to consider it compact for the immense amount of manufacturer features and professional utility packed within. You can see this and the entire collection of IWC premium timepieces on our website, govbergwatches.com.